Okay, this is what I was talking about in a previous video, guys. It is kind of funny how, I don't know, these companies, man, these companies and the way that they're dealing with their main directors, I guess you could say. I guess it's just, finding some footing. I don't know what it is, because I said this, I thought it was funny how, and a lot of people, a lot of other people thought it was funny too, is how, Joss Whedon is coming in, to, do some reshoots, additional shoots, and, do some things, tweak some things with Justice League for Zack Snyder, because, evidently, Warner Brothers, as much as they let him have creative freedom, and they like what he did, because he was successful with the previous two movies, of course, his vision wasn't exactly, how they thought it, should be, even though they were fine with it, and then, they bring in Joss Whedon. I mean, Zack also had a hand in that, to bring in Joss Whedon to, kind of, and you could tell by the first trailers in this one, they've kind of changed the CGI in the background a little bit, made it a little brighter, I guess you could say. Some people are going over the top saying, yeah, Whedon's just making this better, but it's just kind of funny, because guess what? Whedon's vision of Thor and what happened at the end of Age of Ultron, yeah, it was changed by Marvel Studios. What's happening, film friends? David the Film Junkie here. That was a long intro into that video. But yeah, Kevin Feige did a little talking about how Hulk almost wasn't in Thor Ragnarok. And basically how a scoop from Mr. Scoopy Pants kind of made it happen. Yeah, this is interesting right here. This is what he had to say. Okay, pretty much I'm reading from the rap from Mr. Scoopy Pants. After he does this, and this is what he had to say. He said, "You had the big scoop about us doing Planet Hulk. It turned out to be accurate, but at the time, it was not accurate because we didn't have any plans to do it, and Joss was doing Age of Ultron at the time. The way it ends, as you recall, with Hulk on the Quinjet going off, right?" And he continues by saying, we said, Joss, we can't do that because because he's not going into space, and people are going to think we are doing Planet Hulk because Umberto has some big hot scoop that we are doing Planet Hulk. It's funny because, he's kind of doing this, but at the time, there wasn't a scoop. It was all speculation. It's just the way it is. We don't know. So, if you go back and look at the shot of the movie, he's in the sky. It's a blue sky. And yes, yeah, that's what I was kind of going, well, wait a minute, what the heck happened there? And so in the movie, we lost the signal out by the Caspian Sea or something like that. It was all earthbound. And then when they started talking about Thor Ragnarok and everything, this is what he had to say. He said, we wanted to do something different with Thor. Chris Hemsworth really was like, when do other Marvel players come in with me? Definitely, we want Hela in the movie. Definitely wanted, of course, to continue the continuing of relationship with Loki. We had early ideas with Valkyrie, which of course she makes it in the movie. We are talking about Balder, and we were talking about Beta Ray Bill. But that's not enough. But we were like, we need something big. And then, of course, Thor being that. Well, what if we did go to space? That's what he pretty much asked. They were joking about this. We would jokingly call it Planet Thor for a while. I went, you know what that means? They go, what? I go, that means Hulk went to space at the end of Ultron. So I had to tell Joss, and this was a year after Ultron came out. It was kind of a big thing. We were like, you gotta change it, Joss. It's not going to. He's not going to space. A year after, I go, Joss, guess where he's going? He's going into space. So yeah, they changed some shit, and I think they were trying to avoid, I guess, when it came to Scoopy Pants speculating that. And I remember when that came out, and of course he's going to pat himself on the back, even though they didn't have it in development at the time, but it turned into something. It just shows you right there that things got tweaked. Even that nightmare, the nightmare that Thor has, looked pretty dark. And Ragnarok story is supposed to be dark, and it just seems like that's not the case with Thor Ragnarok. I'm still looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong, I know people think I like shit on it and stuff. It's just a little strange. I mean, and then of course, the hypocrisy, if they brightened up like the Dark Knight Returns elements and Batman vs Superman, people would have been pissed. And it's just kind of funny that they did this. And even the director, Takai, I can never say his name, he said that the reason why Thor is so funny and so much funnier now is because he spent time with Robert Downey Jr. In the time that he spent with Tony Stark, he just developed this sense of humor all of a sudden. Because you remember the first Thor movie? I mean, he had some funny elements, but he was basically like a big child. He didn't really know what the heck was going on Earth, so it's interesting, but whatever. I mean, Thor is okay to be funny, but it's just, I just hope it's not too much over the top. Who knows? Comes out in a couple weeks. I can't wait for it. So anyways, guys, just wanted to talk about that. It's just kind of funny how Joss Whedon's vision of certain things, certain elements in the Marvel Cinematic Universe got changed, and now he got taken over to the DC side, and now he's changing some elements. So it's just kind of funny. It's kind of weird how it is, how that worked out. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts about it down below. What do you think about all this? Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other channel too. Follow me on the social media stuff that is above my head. And I got shirts in the closet, Film Junkie shirts, as well as other shirts. Go check it out, guys. Go get them. All right, guys. Talk to you later.